She lost everything, only to find her true self. There's a woman inside every one of us, one who dreams louder, one who loves deeper, and one who dares more than we allow ourselves to. This is the story of that woman and how she finally took her life back. My name is Meher, and until 2 years ago, I didn't even know I existed. I had always done what was expected of me. I was the obedient daughter, the selfless wife, the presentable daughter-in-law, the ever-available friend. I smiled when I wanted to cry. I said, "I'm fine," when I was breaking inside. And I kept giving until I had nothing left to give. I thought that's what strength was. But strength is not silent suffering. Strength is not surrendering your dreams in the name of duty. Strength is not losing yourself just so others can find comfort. My turning point began on a Tuesday morning. It was raining. The house was unusually quiet. My husband, Rishi, had left early for work. My son was asleep upstairs. I stood in the kitchen, staring at a half-burnt toast. A small thing, but somehow it broke me. That day, something cracked. Not because of the toast, but because of what it represented. A routine I didn't choose. A life I didn't live. A woman I didn't recognize. I looked in the mirror and whispered, "Where are you?" And something deep inside me answered, "I've been waiting for you to ask." That evening, I went into the attic to declutter and found an old journal, mine from 10 years ago. I flipped through it, pages filled with dreams, travel plans, career goals, a photography workshop. One note stood out. "Remember, you are meant for more than laundry and leftovers." I laughed, then cried. When had I stopped dreaming? When had I become invisible in my own life? The next morning, I signed up for a creative writing course. Just 1 hour a day. I didn't ask for permission, and for the first time in years, I didn't feel guilty. Rishi didn't notice at first, but slowly I changed. I stopped overcooking to please his mother. I started saying no. I even stopped asking if he wanted tea before I sat down to write. He noticed. "You've changed," he said. I looked him in the eye and replied, "No, I've returned." In one of the writing course feedback sessions, I met someone, Arian, a gentle soul, encouraging, calm, steady, not a romantic interest, but someone who reminded me of who I was before the world told me who to be. He read one of my stories and said, "You write like someone who's learning to breathe again." And I replied, "That's because I am." One Sunday, my in-laws criticized a short story I'd published. They said it sounded too personal, too emotional, too real, and for the first time, I didn't shrink. "Yes," I said, "it is personal, and that emotion is mine to own." I wasn't rude, just honest, and surprisingly, they had nothing to say. Rishi called my writing a waste of time. He hinted Arian's texts were inappropriate. He said I was becoming distant, but the truth was, I was just becoming me. I gave him a choice: accept me as I grow, or prepare to lose me. He didn't answer, so I did. I packed my bags, took my son, and moved to a small rented flat across the city. No drama, just quiet liberation. I began freelance writing, started a blog, self-published my short stories. Within months, I had a small but growing audience. One email read, "Thank you. Your story saved me from a life I thought I was trapped in." I cried because she wasn't alone, and neither was I. I wasn't rich, I wasn't famous, but I was free. Months passed. I wore colors again. I danced again. I even traveled, something the old me only wrote about. Arian visited once during a literature event in my city. We hugged, we smiled, We knew we were just chapters in each other's healing, and that was enough. Today, I sit at my writing desk. Sunlight kisses my cheeks. My son is playing nearby, and my soul is quiet. I look in the mirror again, and finally, I see her, the woman I always hid. She was never weak. She was just waiting for me to choose her. And I did. This was Meher's story, but maybe it's yours too, or your mother's, or your sister's, or your best friend's. Somewhere a woman is hiding, not because she's scared, but because the world taught her to shrink. To her, I say, come out. We're waiting.